Greetings from sunny Finland. As I said in a previous video just a couple of episodes ago, it's just a gorgeous time of year. It's just fantastic. It's incredible how fast everything grows. They sometimes put out these surveys saying that Finland is the happiest country in the world. Well, if they take those surveys at this time of year, then yeah, I can kind of believe it. You try and do those surveys in the winter, I think you'll get a different result. And this is the very next day. The apple trees just burst into blossom, just beautiful. But let's get back to our project. I decided that I should really kind of finalize the back room of the van and started to build a metal frame that would be the beginning of a cupboard which I want on this side, at the back side of these separating doors. I started welding the frame. It's really thin metal, it's very lightweight, quite difficult to weld. I got the settings as good as I can, but I've got a big welder, so it tends to burn through. But as well as a big welder, I've also got small brackets. I've got little L brackets, which I decided to try just putting into these corners to reinforce them, attaching them with pop rivets, and they're surprisingly strong.
Now, I was trying to figure out the spacing for the shelves that are going to go into this cupboard when I decided I should try the garden trellis I mentioned in one of the previous videos. For these lightweight garden trellises, I had planned when I got them to take them all apart and just use them as a source of material, but when I tried it I realized that it's got horizontals here that could decide the shelf places for me. I apologise, by the way, that some of the video is going to be in portrait mode while I'm working in the back of the van. There's just not enough room for me to get the camera far enough back so you can see anything, so I have to do it that way. Sorry about that. Now I want to give you an example of my decision-making process. For instance, the next stage would have been to put the ceiling on in this back of the van. And I want to use wooden panels. I found, you may remember, this whole package of heat-treated brushed panel, which I was going to put on the ceiling, but the length of those panels is 3.90 meters, and the ceiling length would be 2 meters and 1 centimeter. So I can't even get two panels or two pieces from one panel. So even though I wanted to get the ceiling done before I put the high-level cupboards in, it makes sense for me to do one of the high-level cupboards on one side first, which will then allow me to, or it will then mean that the distance across is enough that I can get two pieces out of each of my wooden panels. So a lot of my decisions are kind of materials-led. So it's not a case of having a plan and then acquiring materials and bending those materials to what I want to do with them. It's a case of looking at my materials and seeing how I can best utilize them and letting that kind of organically decide what is going to be going in the van and where and how. So, time to make a cupboard. Now the material I'm using here is the same wood that I use for kind of paneling the whole of the inside of the walls of the van. I did say when I did that all the bits that were left over I would use as firewood, but I'm not very good at throwing things away, and there was some stuff that was still good quality, it was just water stained, and it doesn't matter because I'm using this Osmocolor ebony wax to darken everything down, so it covers up those water stains. I was able to use some hinges that I've already got, a little magnetic stopper that I've already got loads of, but I did put on a gas spring, 20 Newton gas spring for keeping the door open.
So this cupboard is kind of a central cupboard and then a couple of shelves on each side, and on the front side of each shelf is a little piece of aluminium lip if you like, just to stop stuff falling out, for which I'm using little offcuts of some of the decorative strips that I took off the van when it first arrived. So the cupboard all went together pretty well. There were a couple of little problems.
It's upside down.
But that kind of thing just keeps life interesting. I also made a rail to go underneath this cupboard, which will serve a couple of purposes, but I'll maybe explain that in the next video. And I got a gaiter for the gear stick. Now you can see what the old system was like, just a couple of rubber discs. Looking around, I found the original ones were really quite expensive, so I took a risk and got the biggest generic gear lever gaiter that I could find, and it turns out to be great. Now, not in the last video, but the one before, I mentioned that I'd made a quite big purchase. Yeah, I guess what you could call this purchase is that I bought a hood ornament for the van to go on the front here. I've owned over 40 vehicles and I've never had a set of bull bars. I always thought I'd quite like to have bull bars. These actually came off a 508D, so I know they're going to fit. And the tipping point for me buying these, it was 400 euros, was that obviously bull bars limit the access to the engine compartment, but these have these sprung release pins, so you can actually fold the whole thing down to get access. So that was my big purchase. Be lovely to see how that's going to look on there. And that's not all. I've actually made an even bigger purchase. In fact, this one cost even more than the van itself. Talk to you soon.